Hello everybody, thank you for joining me today. This is part 2 of my question and answer video that I do every single Monday. I'm answering questions from the last question and answer video that I did last Monday. Any questions you guys have, please go down below into the comment section and ask me questions. Ask me anything you want right down below in the comment section. And I'll answer them in the next Q&A video next Monday. Okay? Thank you. Let's get started with the questions from in part 2 from Ash. And I don't know where you're from, Ash. Please, everybody, if you can, ask me a question. All I ask is you give your location. Just tell us where you're from, where you're at. It can be general, don't be specific, okay? Just tell us where you're at. We like to know. It helps us feel like there's a little community we have going here. People feeling connected, not alone, okay? Thank you. So Ash asks, my mother-in-law has systematically devalued me because of her intense fear of abandonment. She is causing problems in our marriage, and my husband won't help. And again, I shrink down people's questions. They tend to be real long, and they sometimes will give me the whole backstory of their entire life to ask me a little question. And so I shrink the questions down a little bit. If I get it wrong, if I don't answer it correctly, if you don't understand, please, everybody, ask me again, okay? Just ask me. I don't care. I don't mind repeating myself. This information needs to be repeated, okay? So, Ash, you are married, and your husband's mother won't stop devaluing you. She's began devaluing you. And in the end, I kind of wrote myself, my husband won't help. And that's the problem, okay, Ash? You're not going to do anything to his mother. You're not going to control his mother. You're not going to, most likely, she's not going to stop because you ask her. You're not going to be able to play her game with her, which is unhealthy. So what do? The problem here is your husband. Okay? He has grown up with this mother. This mother has not just raised him, but helped shape his personality, which is what parents do. So your husband has major mother issues, mommy issues that need to be dealt with if he wants to save his family. If he wants to save his marriage, then he needs to deal with mommy. Okay? I suggest highly that he seeks counseling, therapy, something to help heal the injuries his mother has caused him. And that's what we're talking about here. Okay? Do not let him compromise your marriage by being committed to his mother and not you. Okay? Ash, this is the problem. If he wants to be committed to you, then he needs to be committed to you and not his mother anymore. He doesn't need to be committed to his mother. That's his mother. Most likely, it sounds like he needs to be separated from his mother and start to begin to heal from the traumatic pain that she has caused him, okay? And she is very unhealthy, doesn't know how to do things probably correctly. Sounds like she couldn't have taught him how to do things correctly. So he has a lot to learn himself. But please, don't let him, allow his mother to play a big part in your marriage. It's none of her business. She has no part in your marriage. None. None. It'd be great if grandma could help with the children, and that is it. And I don't care what her opinion is of your marriage, and she doesn't need to voice it, okay? Who cares? She needs to keep it to herself, period. Because all that matters is you and him, if he's happy. If he's not happy, that's one thing, but that's still not her place. Okay? Hope that makes sense. The problem is him. I understand she's a problem, but other people shouldn't be problems in your marriage. I hope that makes perfect sense. You know what I mean? An ex-girlfriend of his shouldn't be a problem in your marriage. An ex-boyfriend of yours shouldn't be a problem. One of your guys' friends shouldn't be a problem in your marriage. Neither should his mom. His mom shouldn't be a problem in your marriage. If she is, then we get rid of the problem. Right? And if he won't do it, something else has got to go. Okay? Joyce from Missouri. Hello, Joyce. After 1 year, no contact from my ex-narcissist husband, I go in for serious surgery right before Christmas. He drops off boxes of random stuff of mine from the past, like cards, Why? Oh, Joyce, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the ending of a horrible relationship in such a horrific fashion. And I hope you have recuperated fully from surgery, and I hope that it helped and you're okay. So here's the 1-year anniversary of being dumped, and it's right before Christmas. So he dumped you right before Christmas too. It's amazing how all of us have been discarded on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, you know, something like that. And after a year, you guys haven't spoke. Now he drops off a box or a couple boxes of some old random stuff of yours, some of it being old cards and stuff. Why? Well, I don't know, right? I didn't do it. I don't know him. He didn't tell me. I don't know, honestly. Guess? For some reason, he just needs to get rid of it out of his house. But if that was the case, he'd probably throw it away, right? And why would he need to get rid of it? Oh, don't even need to go down there. Why did he drop it off at your house? Well, everything is about him. Everything he does is about him. So it's not about you. So he dropped it off so that maybe he looks like a good guy, or that he gets you to think about him. Sounds like he wants you to contact him. Unless it's just simply he wants you to feel bad. Does he know that you're in surgery? Is he aware of this? And, you know, did he do that because you went into surgery? Maybe. I don't know, Joyce. And I'm sorry, and I hope you're talking to somebody about this. And I hope that you really are no contact. I hope that he doesn't know that you're in surgery because he doesn't need to know, stuff like that. And this is what happens when you're not fully in no contact. Or maybe he saw that you're going into surgery on your Facebook, so maybe stop posting things on your Facebook. Maybe he knows that you went into surgery because you told your child or something that you share. And I don't know. I don't know. But try to keep that no contact solid. Try not to let him know any information about you. Because here we are, you know. They kick you when you're down, don't they? Yeah, I'm sorry, Joyce. Like I said, I hope you're fully recovered. Jennifer from California. Hello, Jennifer. I felt great for about a week after a horrible 9-year relationship ended. Then I entered emotional hell. Is this typical? I feel like I'm going backwards. Am I pushing too quickly? I just wish the pain would stop. I hate missing him. Yeah, Jennifer, I'm sorry. I would say that's typical. I mean, at least entering emotional hell is typical. Feeling great for about a week afterwards. I'd imagine you had some feelings of freedom and things like this. I don't know how you ended or how that relationship ended and why you felt so good about it, except that you should have felt good about it. A bad, horrible, traumatic, abusive relationship. If that's what it was, you should feel good about it ending, right? You should feel really good about it. Even though the reality, Jennifer, is that relationships are the most important thing in our lives, and anytime important relationships end, it can be depressing. It's a failed relationship, and people don't really enjoy failed relationships, even though you found freedom. Okay, reality set in, and it's depressing. The other thing, Jennifer, I'm guessing, like most of us, you were addicted to the trauma. You know what they call trauma bond is you were addicted to that trauma. That trauma is just like any other addiction, and it makes your hormones in your head rise and fall. Drugs, our body can become dependent on drugs, but we get addicted to the effects it has on our brain, what our brain does on these drugs. And when we take drugs and we get high, or when a relationship is really good and exciting, or we're making up, these hormones tend to rise, just like drugs make our hormones do that. And then when the drugs go away, we go through withdrawal. When they go away, we go through withdrawal. When the fighting gets bad and they threaten you, all this stuff, then the hormones drop and it feels bad. And we get addicted to this rise and fall. I'm guessing that's what's going on. You're going through withdrawals, even though you understand that you don't like him anymore. You don't really want to be with him, but you miss him. Missing people is just normal, Jennifer. You know, you were emotionally invested, attached. You loved him. You had plans, right? I'm sorry. Get help. Find help. Talk. You guys, talk therapy, #1. I don't give a crap what kind of pills you're taking or what kind of supplemental therapy with rapid eye movement or drawing or exercising or whatever you're doing, meditating. We need to talk. We need to talk. There's an amazing thing that happens in our heads when we talk about things, especially with somebody else. Okay? So I hope you're doing that, Jennifer. I hope you have support, people around you on your team helping you with this. Okay, Jennifer, good luck. I'm sorry. Lori, don't know where you're from, Lori. I have outrageous anger. It's like I have PTSD now after a sociopathic relationship. What do I do with me now? Get help, Lori. Get help. Find help. Find professional help with someone who specializes in this area. And you said it's like you have PTSD. Well, you are suffering from post-trauma. You are suffering from stress. You're suffering from post-trauma, post-stress from trauma. So, and there's something called C-PTSD, which is more complex. That might even define what you're experiencing even more. I would see a doctor. If you'd like some information on this stuff, please go to my playlist, Everyone. I talk so much about how to heal from this stuff, how to make yourself feel better, things you need to know and learn. I offer things that you can take, herbal stuff, natural, cheap things you can find online. I offer all this stuff in videos in a playlist called Healing C-PTSD in my playlist. If you go to my front page, it'll say like home, videos, playlist, about, go to the playlist and you'll see one that says Healing C-PTSD. Okay? Lots of information in there that will help you. There's not a whole lot of information about C-PTSD out there. Even if you don't have C-PTSD, this is really beneficial information. If you're suffering from narcissistic abuse, any kind of emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, verbal abuse, any of this stuff, and you've been in relationships like this, I'm telling you this information will help you, okay? Go check it out. Mary, I don't know where you're from, Mary. If you guys please could leave us your locations, I would really appreciate that. Please. Thank you. So Mary asks, David, all the closure I need is that they will be miserable. I hear that, but I need you to reinforce this. They get away with so much. Are they jealous? Well, your last, are they jealous? Well, to be technical, jealousy is fear of losing something. Envious is wanting something that somebody else has and want to take it from them. You feel entitled and you destroy them for it. That's what narcissists are, okay? Narcissists are more envious. They can get jealous, sure. So, will they... You want me to reinforce that they will be miserable? They are miserable, Mary. They are miserable, okay? Personality disorders that are developed in childhood, most of it's from bad parenting, especially narcissism. It's from highly inappropriate parenting, and it doesn't feel good, I'm sure. Lacking human qualities can't be good. Life's hard enough. Not being able to maintain, form relationships and keep them is depressing. It's not opinion. Okay? Psychopaths form relationships. Okay? They can't keep them because they're so exploitative. And they don't like that. Nobody likes it. I'm telling you. Except the true avoidant person that really doesn't want anything to do with people. I don't even know how they feel really inside, but narcissists can't have relationships, Mary, and that's something to really understand. That you need to understand that they seek relationships, they seek attachment, they want to be in relationships with people for whatever reason, things that they get out of it, but they can't, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. They have identity problems, they have mood regulation problems, okay? They have problems in other areas of their life, and they are miserable. Okay, they can feel like you did after this ended. They can feel bad too. But how they deal with it is not healthy. So they never heal. They never heal from stuff. They never feel better. Okay? They never learn. They don't know what's going on. They aren't aware of what they're doing that much or who they are. They feel they're basking in shame. They feel like horrible people. They have total low self-esteem, and they have to lie to themselves every day. Not good. Not healthy. They don't get their emotional needs met, and they don't really know their place in the world. They don't know their roles in relationships. Massive identity problems. Not good. Not good. Will they be miserable? Oh, yeah. Yeah. They've been miserable. They are miserable. And what would they do? What would he have done? You know, you guys have to ask yourself this. If your ex went right from you to another person and they're acting all happy and whatever, how could that be? How could that be? They were even if you guys want to take it all on yourselves and say it was all me, I did it all, okay, but they're still in a bad, traumatic relationship. It's not by choice. They don't know how to have a good one. So they're in a bad, traumatic relationship. Well, what did they do to change who they are? Nothing. You guys are trying to do it now, here, and I hope in other ways. You know, talking to people. But they aren't doing that. They aren't talking to people. They're smearing you. They're pointing the finger at you and saying, I'm perfect. Okay, that's why they're going to repeat it. And that's miserable. That is miserable. I don't care who's close to them when they die. They're dying alone. Anna from Florida. Hello, Anna. Why can I not seem to move past this? I think about him. I feel defeated and not moving forward. I'm in therapy and it's helping, but I feel like I will never have a loving relationship. Very common feelings to have and thoughts that you're never going to have a loving relationship. Why? Because you haven't had one. That's what that tells me. You know, our brains go by experience. Our brains predict the future, what's around the corner, what's going to happen, what's always happened. You know, our brains don't make up crazy things that's never happened, right? Our brains don't sit there and go, you know, every day we don't go, well, I wonder if the sun's going to rise tomorrow or if a cow is going to rise tomorrow. No, our brains say the sun's going to rise tomorrow. Every day our brains are determined the sun's going to rise every day because it has. So you've had bad, non-loving relationships, then that's what you're going to have. That's what our brains say. So why can't you move past this? It's because you don't understand it. Okay? If you feel stuck and it still hurts and you still keep thinking about this and not getting it, you see this? You have questions. You're not understanding it completely. Healing is really learning and understanding, knowing, have a grasp, at least understanding and know why somebody hurt us helps. Otherwise, we believe we're bad people, and that's one of the most difficult things for us to deal with. Okay? So, not understanding, your brain needs to know what's going on to protect you. Your brain cares about one thing right now, and that's staying alive. So your brain's trying to categorize that as something. What the hell was that? How do I protect myself from that again? What do I watch out for? You don't know, do you? You're not quite sure, are you? How do you avoid that from happening again? That's the question that you need to ask, because that's what your brain's trying to figure out. Right? I don't want that to happen again. So your brain says, don't ever date again. Don't ever meet someone again. Don't ever kiss someone again. Don't ever, you know what I mean? Don't tell someone you love them again. You know, all these things. And we're depressed after these relationships, and that voice we all have becomes extremely loud when we're depressed because it's trying to keep you alive. Don't do that again. So that voice becomes horrific. It's everything's going to hurt us. Everything's going to, you know, make us feel bad. Watch out for everything. But we deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You're a bad person. You deserve this. You're going to have a bad relationship, but you deserve it. That's, you know. Therapy, support, talk, learn. Learn and understand so that you feel better about what happened. And then you'll move on. Okay? Your brain needs to know that you'll never do this again. And you got to have relationships again, Anna. So you got to keep trying eventually. Not now. Not now. Figure out how to have a good relationship. Best way to do it is to learn from your past. If you have failed at things, those are great learning tools. Okay? So you will have a loving relationship, Anna, if it's important to you. Okay? But we got to start loving ourselves. And, somebody hurting us and abusing us, we didn't love ourselves either. So start learning what happened. Start learning why it happened. Start learning why you chose to be with this person so that you don't do it again. And your brain will totally relax and start trusting people again. Okay? I promise. Good luck. Lori from Florida. Hello, Lori. Do narcissists get better or worse with age? And does the new supply have it easier? So as narcissists, you're asking, as narcissists age and get into old age, do the people around them have it easier? Well, Lori, not all works, or all doesn't work for anything, right? So I think typically people with narcissistic personality disorder tend to, they can get worse. Okay, they can. But they can get better. Not saying cured, but they can get better. These are daily choices. These are life choices that they need to make, that they're making, right? I mean, we get where we're going to be. We get where we're at because of our choices. Every single choice we made is what took to get where we are going to be someday. So, they can make choices to get better or get worse. Okay, but typically they have a dysfunction. So they don't function properly. There's repercussions from that. And as time goes on, there's more and more and more. They have trauma in their life they don't heal from. They don't understand. They believe they're the problem. They're bad people. This negativity creates a real negative affect. Sad, depression, anger, things like this that they have all the time. They may. And you don't have a very positive outlook on life, you're not going to have a positive future. People that are abusive and exploitative and remain to be that way and don't change in their life, you're not going to have many people around you as you get older. And we need that. We need relationships and bonds and attachments with people. If they get to be in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and they don't have these, or maybe they have, a child that's still in their life, but kind of like, yeah, Dad, what do you need? What do you want? No real, nothing really solid foundation, no real attachment, no real love, things like this. They're not going to be happy. I'd imagine maybe scared. As we get older, we tend to become better people. I think getting closer to death has something to do with that. If they choose to never become better people, by the time they get older, I'd imagine that gets a little scarier. Might even make them more narcissistic. You see? I hope that makes sense. Ask me again. If not, Lori, thank you for your question. Thank you, all of you, for all of your questions. They're great. Thank you. Please help me. I've devoted my life in this channel to get information out to people who need it. People like Shane, like I talked in the first video, he took his own life because he couldn't find help, couldn't find information. So I'm trying really hard to make this information as big and as available as I can for people. Please help me. Click a few buttons. Vote for it. Comment. Share this somewhere else. Post it on social medias. I'd appreciate it. And so will the people that it helps. Thank you. Love yourself first, guys. I'll see you next Monday. Bye-bye.